Hi, this is Divine Channeling, and this is the reading for the sign of Aries in love for the second half of Jan. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, Aries from Jan 15th to Jan 31st. Aries in love from Jan 15th to Jan 31st. Okay. Aries, there's this level of like single energy that you guys are going to be embodying. There is someone that you're gonna that you feel like is your long-term partner, and you're having a lot of happiness with this person. Okay, but something about this connection is like amazing to you. Why? Because you can practice being single and being in your own energy, but at the same time have a, you know, like it doesn't even have to be something long term, but this is something that for some of you guys it's going to be someone that you're going to have a long term future with. But the others of you, it's just like while you're single, you want to have this feeling of having someone that you can feel like a family with. All right. um, you don't have to have kids with this person, but it's just like someone you feel like you're spending family time with. Okay, you're going to be spending time with someone like that. Okay, from 15th to the 31st. If you already have someone, that's more of the kind of time that you're going to be spending. And why you really like this relationship is because you can be in your single energy. All right, if you're masculine, you really see this person as someone who's really independent, really owns their own energy, but at the same time knows how to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction with whoever they're with. All right, so you're really enjoying this because you don't have to be tied to this, but at the same time, you're getting the best of um, what you would get in terms of like a emotional fulfillment from a connection. Like always, even if you're happy within yourself, you know, there's a sense of happiness that you get out of being with people you love. All right, so you're having a person around you who gives you that emotional satisfaction of having a family with the person, whether you have a family with a person or not. When you spend time with this person, you're going to feel like that. All right, and especially in the next few days, that's how it's going to be happening. And actually, from for the first few days of the second half of Jan, that's how it's going to be playing out. And you're going to be more in your single energy, appreciating your own, time. And when you're ready to be with this person, like for example, you spend like 3 days alone and then you just want to have some family time, you spend time with this person, it feels like you guys are like a couple, but technically maybe not. Maybe you guys don't have, maybe you guys are just mutually exclusive or something, but maybe not exactly in a relationship as such, something like that. Okay, there's some kind of dynamic like that. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of balancing within yourselves. Okay, whatever challenges comes up, before it even comes up as a challenge to be addressed within the relationship, because there's a certain level of distance and like self sense of own energy being protected, be it from your end, be it from this person's end. There's a certain sense of like balancing things out before, like you have been through shit before in your previous relationship. So in this connection, you, before something plays out, you know how to, you know, rewire the whole way that you're going about with it, or advise the person to be rewiring the way that they're going about with it, or just in general, like just how to manage the connection in a way that the past mistakes will not get repeated. So you're able to apply whatever you've learned in the past in this connection. All right, so something about the kind of challenges that might be like that just might um, start to be like it's gonna it's gonna come up. Okay, but it's not gonna play out completely. Before that itself, you're gonna know what to be doing, given the fact that you've learned all these lessons in your previous connections or in the previous experiences that you had with this person. So it's going to be a good period of time that you're going to be spending with this person, where you're balancing your inner demons, your inner good. Sometimes in a connection, it is not just good to be too good, right? So you know how to balance your good, you know how to balance your bad, you know how to give it the right amount of whatever, okay, to be able to bring like a good forward movement before even challenges come up, okay. So I'm seeing you do that. Also, if there's distance between you and this person could be traveling towards you, okay, or you could be traveling towards this person. There's something about a car. Maybe this person's going to be getting a car too because it's in their position. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of stability being established between you and this person. There's definitely routine. Towards your, if you guys were more in your independent energy initially, like during the first few days of the second half of Jan, you both are going to have a lot more of a cohesive routine, um, as days pass, especially during like entering into the second week of sorry, the last week of Jan. You're gonna have more of a routine fix with this person. Like, I know I'm gonna meet this person on this day, I know I'm gonna call this person on that day. I know that we text so much, and anything lesser would be too less, anything more would be too much. I know that there's a routine we've established, like we don't sleep without saying goodnight, something like that. There's going to be some kind of stability between you and this person, but it's not going to be too much, okay, as in too much, as in it's not like, okay, now what is the next step and what is the next step. There's no expectation in terms of where it's going to go towards in the future, but whatever you guys have going on now, it's going to be solid and it's going to be established. And I am strongly getting the feeling of like it being mutually exclusive, okay, especially from your end. You're definitely wanting this stability and keeping this routine and this person in your life in this particular dynamic, okay. And yeah, the person you're dealing with, the person you're dealing with, Aries, okay, as time passes, they could be withdrawing a little bit, okay. There could be times when they're more within their own energy, and that is because there's like someone else that they're collaborating with also. I don't know if it's going to be third party situations or whatever, but it's definitely something about, yeah, there's definitely something about them withdrawing, okay, and being in energy where maybe they have people from their past that they are tied to at like a practical sense, like platonic, but like practical, So they might bring in that dynamic to, like make it easy for you and them to be accepting it and incorporating it. Like, I have an ex and we have certain ties in terms of like money related stuff, or just like us helping each other out in times of need that no one else can do. Not just money related, but like certain things that the person would be needing you, and you have been that person always to do that for them. So you know that it's that expected dynamic is there, so you cannot replace that person now just because like you have a new dynamic with a new person. So your person, whoever you're dealing with, Aries, might try to bring that into the equation between you and them, and to make you feel comfortable about it, okay. But what I'm seeing is that, and I'm seeing that to an extent you would actually work with it, okay, but you will see that they're slightly withdrawn too, all right. And while they're withdrawn, they could be going through a lot of lessons that they're going to be reflecting on in terms of like what is right and wrong with like um, both these people, like whoever they're dealing with, to be on the same plane of like interaction, but at two different you know like two different ways of like interacting, but at the same time, like both of you are going to be in that person's life at the same time, whoever you're dealing with, okay. And Aries, I'm seeing that you guys, oh my god, like my fears of dealing with Aries is that you guys are so quick and spontaneous with the way that you feel something. Like, you guys are so passionate and so quick to act on your passions that you might sometimes forget the cost of it, okay. And I'm seeing you're gonna be in that energy soon, okay. During the last week of during the last week, and I'm also hearing, Aries, this is a tiny way that you're going to get to spite this person also. You being an Aries, in your previous connections, you might have realized that whenever you just go like whenever you feel threatened about about the person that you're dealing with other people, and maybe could have a potential to impact you emotionally, you completely go exploring in a different direction so that you don't have to be feeling too attached, okay, or too affected by whatever actions they do, okay. So you are going to be going in a direction, okay, where you might have options and you're going to be exploring options, okay. And you're going to be thinking that this is not going to affect, because like you're just going to remind yourself like, oh wait, aren't we single, we don't have anything to be like liable to each other with, okay, I'm not accountable um, for anything in terms of this equation, okay, because nothing is verbally told, it is just gradually escalated to that point where routine or whatever expectation is established, a set expectation is established between you and this person, and you are going to be tempted and definitely acting on it. In terms of whatever spread that I got, at least the most likeliest thing to happen would be that you would definitely go exploring other options, and you would just be like, there could be someone new in your energy that you could definitely spontaneously be uh, tempted to just like take action towards, and I'm seeing that you would definitely take action towards this person too, right? And this is going to be really, 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 really putting the connection that you and this person have, the other person that, like, the initial person that you had throughout this reading, that person is going to be feeling so disappointed, okay. You're going to really trigger all the hurt that they went through in the past, and they're literally going to feel like you like this connection is completely dropped, okay. In their eyes, this connection is going to be completely dropped. They'd feel like after the moves that you've made in terms of like pursuing someone new and going in a new direction and being so spontaneous about it and not thinking it through and thinking that this person would be still there and just going to a different direction to explore, it's actually a huge loss for this connection, and they were not expecting it, okay. Two more cards. What happens after this loss? Yeah. Oof. Okay, so Aries, as soon as they call the situation a lost cause, you are going to be in this energy of feeling extremely trapped, because there was a lot of stability that this person brought to you emotionally. And this is, you know why it's that way? It's because you guys are feeling stable, okay, in your own energy, but that is because of the achievements that you've created. You're still not emotionally stable to be alone. Like, can you spend a day alone without anyone, be okay with the fact that you're single and you don't have a, like, okay, that would definitely be an addition if you had someone to spend like family time with and all that stuff. But in case you didn't have that, are you going to feel empty? Are you going to feel that you really need someone to fulfill that space? Otherwise you're just not going to be able to like cope or something, even though you have everything in your, like, you have everything else going on, so that is like material independence. But material independence doesn't mean emotional independence at all. So you are confusing the both. You're like, okay, I have my single space, at the same time I have someone to share like a family kind of a dynamic with. Also, whenever I need that person to be around, that is also happening, and that person's also benefiting from me. I'm able to like, provide for that person in a way that they are, happy. But anyways, you're confusing that, and that's your lesson, Aries. First of all, don't be so spontaneous with the kind of actions that you take, and not keep an account of what you have to be losing in case you did that. And you are going to be finding yourself in a place where you feel mentally trapped. You're so badly trapped because this person is completely like, I think they're going to be putting up boundaries with you. Either they're going to block you, or they're going to like be giving you like, no way are you going to come back to me, and this connection is like done for, okay. And it's so disappointing, and you're going to feel extremely trapped. Why? Because you're not in this place where if this person had to be going from your life, you're completely happy too. Not happy, you would feel the loss, but it's not going to be affecting you. So you are getting aware about the fact that, oh my god, with this person I was feeling fulfilled in so and so ways, and now the person is not going to be there. And I can't leave the situation, but at the same time I can't pursue something new. At the same time I can't like, I can't walk away from this, but at the same time I can't stay in this. Like, how do I get this back alive? And that's how you're going to feel if you're still not at a place where you're completely emotionally fulfilled. All right. mean, you need to feel the loss of a person, but if you had to say goodbye to something and just learn from the mistake, you should be able to do that too. But I don't think that you are going to be at that place and that's going to get highlighted. Some of you Aries will be aware of that, some of you Aries will not be, and will just be honed into, yeah, this person's going to create an ending in communication between you and them. Okay, that's how it's going to be ending, at least from what I see. Going towards the end of this month, there's going to be a huge ending in communication between you and this person. Okay, and also maybe if this is a new person, okay, try to keep in, like, try to see if you and this person came into like talking or in interaction of like a dynamic when the Mercury retrograde started. If so, this is just a lesson. Okay, this person came in just to teach you a lesson during the Mercury retrograde phase. Okay, and as it's ending, which is like going to the end of Jan 18th, okay, is the last day. Okay, and after that it's going to be post shadow period. Okay, so the 10 days after that, you're going to feel like, so I'm seeing that probably all this like loss of loss of this connection and everything is going to be happening around Jan 20th, okay, 18th to 20th to 21st. And then as it progresses, you're going to be back into that mode. So whatever illusion you were in, thinking that, okay, I'm independent, I'm happy, I have a person to feel all that illusions are going to come out. It was just Mercury retrograde showing it to you that maybe you don't have, maybe what you think is stability is actually not your stable point. Okay, and you cannot create a construct that might not be, conducive to how you need to be acting at this phase of your life. So you're being given some kind of perspective about what is your true happiness, what is your true emotional fulfillment, and how you should not be fooling yourself and also dragging another person into the equation. Because from what I'm seeing, this person is a lot more evolved than you. Yes, you've learned a lot of lessons and you've reached a really elevated place, but you're still at that, this is your card. So you're still at that place where you can go back to having to learn new lessons, and this person doesn't need to do that. All right, so yeah, there's going to be a sudden ending in communication. And also Aries, keep in mind, if this person has to be interacting with you again, that's probably going to happen at another Mercury retrograde coming up maybe in 3 months. All right, so that is, you both are just like karmic partners, I feel, who brings in a lot of emotional satisfaction. Why? Because in the previous connections there were things that neither of you got from the other partner, and the both of you are able to complement each other with those things. But it's at a lesson phase. Okay, so you're going to be trapped mentally. Okay, and there's going to be sudden ending in communication between you and this person. And if you were trying to run away from another connection failing, it's going to highlight to you that you cannot run away from another connection failing by pretending to be independent in your own energy and having a rebound or something. Okay, yeah, so the end of Mercury retrograde, whatever connection you left, the pain of that is going to come back to haunt you, and then you're going to feel trapped, like you can't go back to that connection, you can't get it back up with this person, and this person has like completely ended communication between you and them. All right, so going into Feb, I don't know how things are going to play out, because usually when this card comes out in a few days, or a few weeks, things do come back alive. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you, Aries. I hope you like the reading. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe.